Hey YouTube, Doorman Prepper 1 here. Today I thought I would show everybody how I do my mylar bags. My wife and I, we went to Sam's yesterday, excuse me, and picked up some extra beans and stuff like that on top of our normal, what we buy. We go every couple of months and we got some beans and some rice and some instant potatoes. We go through those things fast. And I got a box of elbow macaroni, uh, some Quaker quick oats, and in the other room I have 25 pounds of all-purpose flour and 50 pounds of sugar that I'm going to be putting up into 5-gallon buckets. But these other things I'm going to be putting into these mylar bags right here. These are 5 mil. That's the thickness. These are the thickest bags that you can buy. I like these particular ones because they have a bottom to them, and also they have, I don't know how well y'all can see that, but they actually have a zip lock on here, so you can use these things for short-term storage with a zip lock, as well as ironing it in this section up here for long-term. And the good thing about that is they have notches right here on the side. I don't know how well y'all can see that. Maybe you can see it against my hand. See that? But you can tear that, open it up, use your Ziploc, so when you're getting into your beans or your rice or your oatmeal or your potatoes or whatever you decide to put in there, you can reclose this. So y'all have a small container, or you just plan to take out what you need for the day and just leave this in a Tupperware container or something else off to the side out of the way. There you go. You've got it good. It'll seal itself back up. You can reseal it and you're good to go. And I use 500cc oxygen absorbers. I just keep them in a jar so they can pull a seal down. I got these mylar bags from USA Emergency Supply. They're out of Orem, Utah, and they have the best prices on these bags that I have found anywhere. When I first started, I was getting my bags from Emergency Essentials, another great company that I buy a lot of my number 10 canned food from, most if not all from them. And their bags are good, but they're not as thick and they cost more. I have right here, I bought these last year. Let me see, when was it? I bought these particular bags back in February of last year for 82 cents a piece. Alright, that's 82 cents a piece. That's 14 inches by 18 inches by 6 inches. That's 6 inches wide at the bottom. And my 5-gallon ones are 20 inch by 30 inch 5 mils. I bought them for $1.27 a piece, plus shipping, which really shipping was $5. So I am not complaining about that. I still have a few of these bags left. I plan to make an order again here sometime soon. I haven't checked the prices. They might have gone up a little bit, but from what I can see, they're still the best. And they have different bags. You can get them without the zipper. You can get them without the bottom, and that'll make the price a little bit cheaper. But when I ordered these, they was out of stock of everything else, and right now I'm glad they were out of stock of everything else, because these things right here are great. I'm just going to do a couple of them right quick to show y'all how I do it, and then I'm going to let y'all go and do other things, because I know if y'all like me, you got a million things to do outside of sitting down and watching YouTube. But first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put my potatoes in here. I don't fill these things all the way up because I like them to go flat so they're easier to stack. So just quite simple to dump these things in. Oh, and a second use for these boxes right here, cut the tops off. You have yourself a nice transplanter, or to plant your small stuff in once it gets a little bit bigger from the seedlings, like I showed in a previous video of ours. You can cut the top off, pack this with soil. If it's still too cold outside but they need room to grow, plant them in this bad boy. These things are great. I've got the probably about 30 some boxes so far from where I've been putting them up and where we eat them. But this right here is restaurant stuff. I want to say around $5.80 for 3.25 pounds. So these things are great. All right. And what I do is I seal these up most of the way and just leave a little bit of a hole right there so I can drop my oxygen absorbers in. Now, moving on to the pasta. These particular ones, they come in 1 pound packages. And what I do is I stack these in here without taking them out of the bag. Because if what I have read is right and every company does the same, I think these are packed, in nitrogen, or at least in negative atmosphere where there's not a lot of air getting into it. So let me grab another bag here. Open it up. And just remember, the thicker the bags you get, the more rough usage they can take, shall we say. Not that you want to be real rough with this stuff, but I have had some of these, I forget what I had. I think I had rice in it. I actually had it fall off the table one time on me. And here I am like, oh crap, there goes my bag. But everything was fine. It just made a couple of indentations in it. And that was it. And you can see some of these bags, they're already pretty well sealed up and tight. So, work in here. And I don't store just one type of pasta. Yes, I know you can get a lot more of spaghetti noodles and stuff like that, but eating spaghetti noodles all the time is freaking boring. And even though it's the same thing, if you have the extra space, or you can do it like this, get the extra stuff. I mean, I have penne, I have garden rotini, I have the elbows. I don't think I have any egg noodles because they do take up just too much space. But hey, I like variety. I don't mind eating the same stuff over time. If you have a little bit of variety in the shape, especially if it's kids. Hey, today's rotini night, or hey, today's penne night, stuff like that. So that's just another little thing to think about, and that's how I do it. And I drop. I think I usually put 4 of these per each one of these, no matter what it is. I'd rather have too many than too few, because 100 of those from USA Emergency Supply was $15. So that brings the price down really low. And what I do for my 5-gallon buckets is I have a shop vac here, and what I've done is just take a piece of clear tubing and taped over the end, made an X, and put this in here. You know how hard it is to get all the air out, a lot of air out of the bucket. So what I've done is I've put this hose in there, I seal it over most of the way, then stick this in and suck it down real good, and then I finish sealing it as it goes, and it does an absolute excellent job. I'm not going to be doing that with my sugar, because I vacuum sealed some sugar in vacuum bags, and when we went to open it, it was hard as a brick. I've heard you don't put any oxygen absorbers or vacuum it, or else it's going to wind up being hard like that. It's still usable, but it's hard. So that is something that I'm going to try differently this time. I'm not going to put any oxygen absorbers, or I'm not going to vacuum seal it either. I'll probably just squeeze as much air out as I can and be done with it. But anyway, I've rambled on too long, so y'all take care, and we'll see you later. Bye.